Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Curators. I'm your host, Quaide. I'm not alone, I'm a co-host, Casino. And today we are thrilled to welcome a superstar on the show, a established entrepreneur doing incredible things in the South African entertainment scene. With over 20 years of experience, Mark has evolved from small nightclubs to owning his own elite nightclubs, as well as orchestrating legendary events like the Secrets of Summer festivals. This is the guy, actually, guys. This is the guy, the man behind Secrets of Summer. So join us today as we uncover the stories and the beats behind the man who turns every event into an unforgettable experience. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Mark, let's go.
Catch me, I'll be on my mission. Catch me, candid for these lenses. Catch me, one day whipping in these benches. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Catch me, like we playing on. Roll one, and you gon' sing along. Hey, sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, drowning in ambition now.
Let's go.
CK, thank you for the introduction. I really do appreciate it. Welcome me on the show, and let's see where this takes us.
I don't know where to begin, Mark. You've been doing so many things for 20 years, and how did it all start from you? Just take us on the very
Wow, interesting question.
Yeah.
Let me start from way back. I started this when I was 18 years old. I started doing club shows and a lot of matric ball after parties and lots of under 18 shows between the ages of 18 and let's just say 30. Before I reached 30, I decided to go into the nightclub business and opened 1 or 2 clubs, one being a very elite club. It was Club 91 in Claremont. Some of you might know it, especially the guys who are a little bit older. And then I transgressed from nightclubs, and the transgression was quite quick. It was like a year, and we moved over to festivals. We got a few lessons when it came to doing our first set of festivals. And 10 years later, from our nightclub business, we are now running some of the biggest festivals in the country.
Wow, that's amazing. But tell me, how does someone actually transition though from the small club scenes to the festivals? What is the secret? What's the secret?
Man, I'm going to give you a very truthful answer.
Okay.
What makes you transgress is pain.
So you suffered a lot.
I suffered a lot.
So it's not the old fairy tales. It's not like luck just struck your way. I'd like to take a lot of work and effort.
No, you have to fail your way up and kind of enjoy the failure. At the beginning, you kind of knock your head a few times. You're like, I'm done, I'm not doing it. Then after you get up, you try again and you try and, you allow the setback to be the reason for the comeback. And through many times of failing, I've kind of picked up I won't say the recipe to success, but the recipe to kind of do better every single time. And that has allowed me to grow from strength to strength and allow me to do what I do now.
Wow. And I actually want to know which failures that sort of got you to know, okay, this is actually where I need to push.
Which failures, if this is about a moment of truth?
Yeah, basically.
I would probably say when I've lost everything. To be honest, I've done events at a very young age, and I've taken on substantial amount of risks. And due to my inexperience, I've taken a few financial hidings, and it's definitely something that I feel any entrepreneur needs to go through in order to identify your risk and your successes as well as your fails. And through my failures, I've kind of pushed my way through, and that's where I am today, and I still fail as things go, and I kind of enjoy it because when I fail, I learn. Yeah. And that's kind of my recipe that allows me to be one step ahead. As I said, I embrace the failure as much as I embrace the gains and the winnings.
So you're always as positive as a young 18-year-old, nothing's going to stop me, I'm going to continue persisting.
I didn't have a choice, to be honest with you.
Your parents telling you, yo, why is my son going into the nightclub scenes and breaking parties? That's not a lucrative corporate or a profession, they probably what is this?
Well, I think they were just happy that when I was in high school, I rebelled quite aggressively. I don't support high school, sorry for everyone else. And they also didn't support giving me any money, and I had a choice to make. And because I really enjoyed partying so much, I decided, man, let me just try and host my first party. I was 18 years old.
Was it a house party?
No, not even. It was a party at some club called 96 Degrees. We've got
Which year was this?
Man, it must have been the year 2001.
Jeez.
2000.
Was Long Street? Was Long Street so
Long Street was still happening. We used to do a lot of shows. We used to actually run Long Street with our events.
Yeah.
And that's how things went from pillar to poster, so to say.
Wow, that's incredible.
Now, how did that inspiration come in? just the idea itself, you know, like I really want to start doing this. How did it happen? Did you just like make a decision, or did you see somebody?
No, man. So how it actually really started. I was young and I had 3 jobs at the same time, and one of my partying friends in Market used to try something, and I said, man, I'm gonna put all my wages into it, and I'm gonna try, and I lost everything. And I thought, fuck, this is terrible. What do I do now? I'm 18 years old. Do it again, and then by the 4th time, I hit it lucky, and I started doing successes after there, and obviously a few fails in between, but that is what kind of inspired me to move forward. From my parents' point of view, they were just happy to see that I'm making a success, and they gave all their love and devotion towards me to kind of support me in the way moving forward, regardless of the bad connotation that's attached to you being in the club scene.
Yeah.
At such a young age, I still got the support I needed.
Do you think if you had to like start out in this era, do you think you would have made it, or would it have been a lot easier for you to like reach your, or overcome your failures, or not even have failures whatsoever?
I think starting this era currently, it's any advantage to any young person because they can see what has worked and what hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, back then when I started, there wasn't such a thing as social media, BBM, WhatsApp, and all those type of things didn't even exist. Mixit, man. Mixit, I was the king of Mixit, man. I had like thousands and thousands of contacts with BBM. And that was the only marketing strategy that we could use, which was, I can't say it was the only thing. We kind of moved into social media back in the days. There was a lot of flyers, a lot of groundwork, a lot of aggressive marketing strategies that we need to come up with other than just online advertising.
Okay.
Which I think is more of a benefit now versus what it was many, many years ago. Because now I can run shows while being in my office 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
I don't need to leave. I just have to make sure that my ad guys there, my design guys there, and the entire team is working together to make sure that we can pull off what we need to do.
So was your team, was your team always there from the beginning? Or did
Not at all. I was a one-man show.
Doing everything. So then how did you select the right people for your brand, you know? Because some people just like, obviously they didn't get paid in the beginning. Like really like convince them to like, believe in the vision, we have a plan here. So how did you bring those people that's what
I think the question for that is, or where the question lies is, what I had to change within myself. And in the past I always used to blame the staff not doing the work right, but more important was me not giving the instructions correctly. And over the years you kind of adapt to the way certain people are, and I need to give certain instructions to get a particular result. And I think I won't say I've mastered it, but I've kind of identified what type of people I can work with and what type of people can work with me, and whether I can give the correct instruction or the correct guideline as to what needs to come out of it, or whatever the function, duty, service, or responsibility is.
Man, you really know your stuff, man. Jeez.
I've learned a lot, eh?
Who's your mentor? Who's your guru during this process? Like, it's like
my guru and mentor, I would 100% be the School of Hard Knocks. Unfortunately, I wasn't blessed by having a mentor by my side, and I had to fail and learn and see what works, and that's the honest truth.
And how did you not also like not succumb to the bad in the industry as well? Because there's a lot of drugs, a lot of abuse of alcoholism as well. And how did you not? Like, how did you maintain discipline in your journey?
For me, about the alcohol and that, it was more of creating an environment where I feel people could be safe, and where I feel the safer you are, the more you're going to drink, the more money I'm going to make. And that is how I, instead of being involved on the consumption of alcohol, I'll be the guy that would try and get people together and let them spend more money. Ultimately, and by them spending more money in a safe environment, it benefits myself and my company on many levels. And that is how I use that angle to.
You were just smart and like thinking, how can I, like I'm trying to put it in a way that makes sense. Like, how can I use the audience to my advantage?
Exactly that. And there's many ways to skin a cat. It depends on how you are going to look at the problem or opportunity that lies in front of you. It really depends on where you put your level of mind and how you can strategically position yourself to be in the way of where money passes. And that's ultimately what everyone needs to do to make a success out of everything.
Success. It's the key.
I've always been curious about how the COVID actually had impacted the festival season, right? Because I know before COVID things were a little bit different, and then after that, I want to know, how did that affect your business?
So, COVID. How do I answer this? COVID at the beginning was catastrophic. I closed down my call center. I closed one of my eventing businesses, but then I also used COVID to my advantage. So the moment COVID ended, I think it ended on the 18th of December 2021. It's 2021? I think it's 2021. Am I right, or 2020?
2022.
2021. That's late 2021.
Late
So like on the 18th of December, Cyril Ramaphosa announced that restrictions are being relaxed. And because of our relationship and understanding of how the city works, we managed to launch an urgent application to host the first outdoor music festival, which was Secrets of Summer 2021 at Artscape Gardens, Artscape Theatre Gardens, Artscape the circus tent, and we got 2,500 people. It was the first official outdoor festival since COVID happened. And the year thereafter, we launched multiple brands and campaigns. We launched Together, we launched Springfest, Summerfest, and all these various brands that took off really well post-COVID, and that is where we kind of positioned ourselves as being the market leader in the specific markets that we're going for.
So basically, COVID was like a success in
Pardon
your
me?
favor. COVID was like a success in your favor.
Afterwards. At the beginning, it was catastrophic. I mean, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't drive around. We couldn't host events. The entertainment scene, in my opinion, took the biggest punch out of everyone. Like really the biggest punch. From artists, event organizers, cleaners, production companies. Many companies, unfortunately, had to close their doors and not be able to operate due to the lack of events that has been taking place.
And speaking of that, like when we speak about festivals, we don't really speak about the behind the scenes, right? Because I feel like everybody would just go there and party and that's it. But I want to know from your side, as one of the organizer and the host, how do you guys organize everything that happens behind? Because I know you need a camera, the camera crew, the set design, and all this thing behind. How do you manage to get all this together?
It's a tough question. With the reliable and strong team and the understanding of how festivals should be run, it can be done. We pretty much work off a spreadsheet, and we have about 400 different elements that we need to get through. 400 different elements. That's from security to medical to safety control to ward councillors to City of Cape Town to police to marketing, advertising, and there's many different levels. In order for us to pull a successful event, we need to click off every single one of those 400 items. Sometimes we don't even get to 400, and as a result we can't have challenges, but when we do the complete 400, that allows the brand and the experience to be extremely well enjoyed by everybody.
Okay.
That's so much.
Casino, you're speaking very soft, bro. Like, what's going on? Are you nervous for Mark here?
I'm nervous, man.
No, listen, let's go.
The man has a mic, everyone can hear him.
Yeah, but I'm hear it from there. Like, okay, I just want to go through these questions here, you know? Okay, one of the questions is, how has your idea of hosting events changed over the years, and what moments really made a big impact on that change?
So our events change over the years that we transgress our events based on age group, race profile, sex demographic, whether it's male or female, age groups, and music preference. And every single year we would change depending on what the new sound is going. There was a year it was dubstep, it was EDM, it was techno, it was I think even beatboxing once upon a time, like many years ago was a thing.
And are you advancing to Amapiano and Deep House?
Man, I think, in my opinion, that the Afro techno genre, I think globally it's really taken off, and this is where Secrets of Summer is going to pioneer itself, and that's going to be in all these different cities that we host events, and we're going to go with this music genre because we think it's a trending genre, and for once Africa finally gets identified and recognized globally. It really is. It's something that we really needed. So,
and that's what you're also trying to do, is like put like African flavor into your events.
Absolutely. I mean, I personally love the sound. So,
Okay, you have a question?
Yeah, actually, we spoke about this before the camera went on. It's about Coachella, though. I saw that it's been like since 10 years that they have when they struggle to sell tickets. Yeah. You know, what's your thought on that? Do you think it's because of the music?
So I don't think it's a matter of music genres or preferential treatment when it comes to the type of artist that's performing for any event organizer, not just Coachella. I think the challenges globally that we all face with is spending power.
Spending power, what you mean by that?
So in terms of the consumer, there is only so much money the consumer can spend, and we as event organizers, we need to kind of work within the limitations of the consumer spending. So when it comes to Coachella, I can only assume the ticket numbers are low because the ticket pricing is too high.
It's too high.
The ticket pricing is too high because the production value is like really super high. So obviously every event organizer tries to do their best and try to recoup as much as what they can through ticket sales and bar revenue. But when it comes to financial challenges, we have to kind of get a little bit creative in order to get the consumers to buy, and either it's a discount or it's they get something special with their package, or they get an added benefit to come to the show. And Coachella, it's a massive show, and I think if they take in a bit of a financial pinch due to people not spending enough money, and that's in America, I'm sure globally everyone is probably going through it.
Okay, speaking of the financial challenges as well, how do you Secret on Summer, you're talking about Secret on Summer now. How do you keep events like that you're involved with more exciting and also like ensure that they continue to make money as a business?
So there's many variables that we take to improve our product offering. Number one is always changing the venue. We believe changing the venue creates a different type of hype factor to the consumer. Adding additional dance floors, having additional artists, and appealing to a broader audience of people opposed to just, for example, sticking to hip hop. You know, if you only stick to hip hop, you only get a small fragment of the market. But if you do hip hop, house, commercial, EDM, trance, whatever else, that can ultimately open up the market, and that's how you can get more people through the doors. And this is how we kind of inspire our growth.
So Mark, with the elevation of your events and festivals, there's a lot of expenses that come with that, you know, and
Substantial.
And with that, you need to increase ticket sales. So how do you maintain the level of affordability for your consumers and clients once they come and enjoy the events, but also ensuring that finances is balanced out, you know?
It's kind of a catch-22 because we want to offer a superior level of production, and we want to make sure that we can at least break even ultimately. And this has been quite blunt and quite honest. And one way that works really well globally is to get partners on the show. And the partners, for example, sponsors, they get involved in the show because they lessen your cost of your experience, and this allows you to spend money without impacting the consumer's feasibility when it comes to buying a ticket. So instead of charging someone 2,000 rand a ticket, we might get away and charge them 500 rand a ticket because we got sponsor X to be able to alleviate a lot of the financial pressures. And this allows us to offer a better production, so to say.
That's a good answer.
But there's also a risk because sometimes we don't get sponsors.
So
and we have to fund it ourselves.
So do you like promote an event without having a sponsor already?
Absolutely, we have to.
Like, that's risky. Like,
risky.
What if nothing comes along the way and you're like stuck there like, oh snap, we have so much expenses to pay, but we don't have the money to like...
But what if I didn't take the risk?
Yeah.
But the event still made triple the amount.
Because you create a hype around it.
You create a hype and you do what you need to do in order to get the consumers interested. It's all about taking the risk. If you're not prepared to take the risk, then don't moan about the things that you didn't get. You know what I mean? So I've taken risk many times and I've failed many times. So unfortunately, it's all part of the game.
It's all part of the game.
And the last event you guys had G-Eazy. I want to know, how did you manage to get him on the show? Or just like an email?
So I have a few relationships with a few brands, artist management, and so forth globally. And getting G-Eazy, I must be honest, was one of my biggest milestones that I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, come on, G-Eazy.
G-Eazy is one of my favorite personal artists, and I've been trying to book him since 2020. And unfortunately, when COVID happened, there was a lot of uncertainty. Reached back out to management last year. And I said, guys, listen, let's do it. COVID is over. And they said, Mark, listen, G-Eazy needs to come to Africa. He's never been there. Let's make it happen and give South Africa what we feel they want. And fortunately, everyone really wanted to experience a G-Eazy type of show. And that is what we managed to pull off, fortunately.
So who's next? What can we expect next?
So this year for Secrets of Summer, for New Year's Eve in specific.
Oh, early announcement, guys. Should you want to say it?
I'm not going to say who we're going to do, but it will be a plethora of various artists across multiple genres.
Okay.
We put it to you like that. I'm not going to say who right now.
Suspense. So, Mark, we have some products on display in front of us. Can you tell us what is Ignite all about and how are you what's the relationship between you and him? So
the Ignite lifestyle brand, it's a tequila. Okay. It's a tequila, as well as say again?
It looks like a killer.
Yeah. As well as a vape.
Yeah.
And Ignite and I formed a partnership with 3 fundamental goals. Number 1 is to stimulate and create more employment opportunities in South Africa through the eventing business. Number 2 is for Ignite to be recognized as a lifestyle brand. And number 3, for the partnership to allow us to bring more and better artists to our country. That's the main thing.
So how did you get involved? South African getting involved with this international brand? What's the secret? Did you just call them up and hey, I want to...
So Ignite came to South Africa and they took a firm position and they wanted to create a partnership with a leading entertainment brand. Somehow, some way, we met and we discussed New Year's Eve and trying to do something extremely different for the consumers. And we said, guys, let's do G-Eazy. Got the opportunity, can we make it happen? And then we formed the partnership.
So this is recently just happened now?
This is super recently. And it's going to be a long-term partnership into the future. And we do believe together between the both companies, we're going to bring next level artists to South Africa.
Exciting times ahead, guys.
Should be powered.
I mean, speaking about event though, it's like anybody can make an event, right? But I want to know what makes it so different between your event and the event anyone else can make.
I don't know what the other organizers do, but I know from our side, what is our winning formula is that we literally just chuck love at everything. And when I say love, it means being prepared to work 18 hours a day for 30 days straight, like we did for Newsy. My entire team worked 18 hours a day. And we need to do what we need to do to ensure that we can get the results we've never had before. And unfortunately, that only comes about when it comes to giving your commitment and your time to a project or a product that you feel totally satisfied with. And Secrets of Summer being our baby, and we did everything that we could do.
In other news as well, Secrets of Summer is going all the way to UAE.
Yes, we are.
United Emirates. What am I saying it right, guys? UAE. So, how did that come up? Like, how did that all happen? And how was it received in Dubai?
So, I'm a traveler and I really, really enjoy Dubai being a first world country and the policies that they have in place, especially the eventing policies. We took a position in 2023, hosted 2 shows, one in Abu Dhabi, one in Dubai. People absolutely loved it, and it opened my heart to understand that people from different countries, and if you look at Dubai, there's like 170 different nationalities. We probably had about 50% of those types of nationalities that I've in, and every single person loved it and really appreciate a South African brand coming into this space and trying to do the best to create an experience like no other. And that is what we did, and we're very successful. This year our intention is to do Dubai again, obviously Bali, Oman, and thinking about Oman, might not be Oman, but definitely Bali, Dubai, Las Vegas, and Thailand, maybe. I don't want to say it, but there's a high chance of soon.
Manifesting it out there.
Yeah, just try it.
So when you're hosting at this in different locations, do you like introduce South African culture, South African artists, or you're using their artists with every location?
South African artists.
So you like actually bringing South African artists and bringing them exposure to different countries?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely. Wow. Our last artist that we did was Goldfish. They did extremely well in Abu Dhabi.
I saw that.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi and Dubai, they did really, really well. This year we have, I don't want to say too much right now, but we have quite a bit of international or South African artists that we're taking internationally.
Okay. I saw the video of the Goldfish at Dubai. It was amazing. I like the performance where they were using the instrumentals and all that. It was crazy.
They really like their power. They're a fantastic South African band.
Well, this is like a legacy question. Like, with your career, how you're moving and what you have achieved, where do you see yourself in future, and what do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be remembered as?
I definitely see us in the future operating on a global scale, and this would be hosting events in multiple countries and cities. The legacy I'd like to leave in South Africa, it's just for people to identify and understand that Secrets of Summer is a brand that started from the streets, so to say, no financial backing, and we did the best that we could do to provide the best that we could, and we'll continue to strive to do better. The legacy in itself would be for people to understand that you can start from anywhere and you can grow to anything that you want.
Amen.
Even in the events sector. After COVID.
After COVID. Nothing can stop you. All the way up. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's take a step back. I feel like we answered all the serious questions now. Now we can have a little bit of fun and just like be silly with the questions.
Let's go for it.
Let's go. So I want to know, Mark, what is your dream lineup for your Secrets of Summer event or any event? What would your dream lineup be of artists, dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Like if you can pick and choose like 5 artists.
Okay, Drake, firstly, he'd be the most. Okay. I think Drake would be one. Are you sure dead or alive? Tupac, Biggie, Michael Jackson.
I was going to say Michael Jackson as well.
Absolutely, but if it wasn't Michael Jackson, I would like to do Drake.
Yeah.
Tiesto. Armin van Buuren.
Tiesto.
Yeah, Tiesto.
Oh yes, I know Tiesto.
You give me, you said what is to be ideal lineup?
Yeah, ideal. Your ideal.
Drake, Tiesto, Armin van Buuren.
But they were like, okay, fine. Whatever. Like,
Blink 182. And
that's like rap to like EDM. Like,
think about it. You might like rap. He might like EDM. You will go and see the band or the artist that he likes the most, and you'll go and see yours. Fortunately, we're going to create the ideal festival, and we're going to have all of these guys there.
Separate stages.
One stage.
One stage.
Yeah.
Hectic.
What's your favorite artist?
My favorite is actually Michael Jackson, dead one. But live today is Drake. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say Drake and Tiesto perform that. You don't really like Tiesto at all. Yeah. Would you still pay to go see Drake?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
And if he likes Tiesto,
I'll pay to go see.
You'll pay to go see it. Yes,
So
everybody doesn't like that.
You're targeting all the audiences, eh?
In an ideal world, you create a platform that everyone loves and enjoys.
But what if I just want to see Drake? Isn't there a way that you can just you can get a whole pass for an hour just to see Drake? No, silly.
Well, if it's the ideal lineup and finances wasn't a problem, the entry fee would be really cheap. So we appeal to every single person so that everyone can buy a ticket and we can accommodate 50 or 100,000 people. That would be the ideal position as what we could do.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever do like a 3-day event?
I've done one, many.
Really?
Many. Absolutely.
Like, I never do this.
So One World was a brand of mine. End of World was a brand of mine. These are all 3-day festivals. Sunflower Music Festival used to also be a 3-day music festival. You might understand Sunflower. We started it and we still running the show.
Yeah.
We've all transgressed that from 3 days to 1 day. I will not do another 3-day festival ever again. I think, personally, I just think it's a complete waste of resources.
Wow.
Yeah, to be honest.
But this is a new event where you were like tapping in the South African culture in the Afrikaans event.
Yes.
I forgot the name now.
Hartklop in the Kaap.
Talk us about that event. What sparked the inspiration behind it?
So we wanted to talk, so specifically with New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve kind of targeted every single audience except one particular audience, and this audience was the family Afrikaans market, because they would never come to a Secrets of Summer event because none of our artists appeals to them.
So it's purely Afrikaans.
Purely Afrikaans.
Okay.
So we want to kind of create a music festival over 2 days, New Year's Eve being what it is, and then another show that can target an audience that New Year's Eve doesn't cater for. So we rented our club in Kaap to target the Afrikaans communities and the families, and made it a full-day family event. Absolutely enjoyed. The people absolutely loved it. It was really great, and it's definitely a brand we're going to take forward and just push it.
So it's only the beginning with this event of yours, eh?
No, it's only the beginning. Absolutely.
Oh, so you guys only started last year then?
So Hartklop we launched in 2023.
2023.
I think we've
Launched probably my entire career, probably about 25 or 35 different event brands. I think anyone in Cape Town who's under the age of 40 and who's been out clubbing or festival has definitely supported one of our shows. They just might not know that it's under the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mark, another funny question is like, what's the most funniest experience that you ever encountered in your events, like behind the scenes and like during the occasion that you actually see in front of stage, or behind or in front of stage? What was the funny experience throughout your years? Okay, let's name the most funniest one. Like,
got me on the spot, but I would definitely say at one of my festivals when I had this guy came through.
Yeah.
He was really adamant that he was on the guest list. Like he was Mark, you're not Mark, he was like, sir, I'm on the guest list, it's 10 of us, we booked a table, we paid, got everything sorted. I'm like, you're not on there, I don't have the reservation, I'm the guy running the show. At this time I didn't introduce my name and introduce who I was. I just like questioned him because it didn't sound right. And the guy said, man, listen here, I'm Mark Abrams' best friend. I paid him and you can check with him. I'm like, man, nice to meet you, I'm Mark Abrams. So right there and then you obviously know that being in a clubbing or festival industry, you're going to get a lot of people that tries their luck, but that was definitely the pits. Man, this guy, he begged me and he threw everything at me, and at the end when he just said, man, I dealt with Mark Abrams and he's my best friend, I'm like, oh my God. This is the opposite.
What do you do? Do you just hook me up and like, sure, just, you know what, it's fine? What do you do?
I said, my man, I am Mark Abrams, what are you talking about? And the guy turned around and left.
You were saying embarrassed.
He embarrassed like even 10 of his friends.
So people really do stuff like that? Like,
Non-stop. Every single show of ours.
Now imagine if you were not there, right, and there was someone else.
So we actually have a strategy in place. If anyone comes to the door and say they're Mark Abrams, they just have to pay again, and if they really know Mark Abrams, we'll get a refund.
Oh, no.
100%.
Okay, if you could bring back a famous musician from the past to perform at Secrets of Summer, who would it be and why?
Famous musician to perform at Secrets of Summer, undoubtedly I would say Michael Jackson.
You really Michael Jackson fan, eh?
King of Pop.
I don't know, Mark, have you thought of this, of bringing them back through Quaide? I think I saw it from Coachella with the
Absolutely. We spent 6 months last year. We were going to do a hologram, a 3D hologram in Dubai specifically. And the cost was just astronomical. It's supposed to be like a massive thing about 6 meters wide and about 3 meters high, and the person's walking around, and it's
what? That sounds
because they did it like 2012, right? And I can imagine back then the technology wasn't as good as it is now, right? I imagine doing it next year or something. There'll be next year.
I think that 100% right. I think the technology is definitely allowing it to be a more affordable to pull off. And is it something I want to do? Absolutely. Is it something I'm going to do? Definitely. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But I think resurrecting a superstar from the past that everyone understands and loves, I think it'll just hit everyone emotionally. And I think people will really just really resonate.
Is that the plan? Are you bringing back Michael Jackson back to life?
I don't know if I'll bring Michael Jackson back, so I'll try my best.
Have you met him?
I'm not that old, eh?
Okay. If you can like create a new type of music for a festival, what would it be called, and who would be the artist featured?
If I could create a new type of music genre,
Yeah, and then curate to a new music festival, and who would the artist be?
I rate it'll be rap, pop,
Rap pop
and house.
Why didn't you? I thought you were gonna say like K-pop or something. You know, like
K-pop is really massive overseas,
yeah.
but I don't think it's South Africa.
Okay, but I mean, the young girls will love it though, huh?
They get to sing to it, they get to do the thing 100%.
Would you ever target it like kids shows and stuff? Imagine.
So Soundscape was a brand
Yeah.
that I ran between the years 2001 and you can say 2020, and that only specifically targeted under 18s.
Hefty.
Because of our relations with the City of Cape Town and the police service being our partners, it was quite easy for us to host safe and secure under 18 events, and that is what we've been doing for quite a number of years. And this is actually why we stopped the under 18s, because we want to get into the family market, and that's when we went to the hot club, so we can actually get the under 18s as well as their parents to come through to the shows.
Oh, dope. Mark, do you have any questions? I have questions, but I feel like you probably got things to do.
Probably.
Yeah, you did this, right? I don't want to keep waste any of your time.
Sure.
Because I want to remember these moments and have like.
So remember this moment.
I want to remember this moment.
So I want to ask you something.
Okay, go for it.
What do you really enjoy and appreciate about a music festival?
The ladies. I'm joking.
No, you're not. You're honest. You're honest.
No, okay, fine. The ladies, the way they dress, the fashion they wear, they're very exposing their parts. If I can say that.
Shouldn't you go to a fashion show then?
Come on. But you know why? Because I'm really exposing myself out here. But to be like, if in a non-jokey way, I think what draws me to a music festival is the artist.
Sure.
Like if the person is playing music that really speaks to you, Like,
come for the music, stay for the ladies.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I'm really there to just have a good time with the boys and just enjoy.
That's amazing. That's all you need to do. And hopefully everything's run smoothly and you can just have an enjoyable time.
Yeah, and just pursue some single ladies out there,
For sure.
Yeah. Same answer question to him or what?
Yeah. What do you enjoy about the nightclub industry?
The nightclub. I'm trying to DJ, so I think being at the DJ set, I would love that. Just performing, playing good music.
What's your preferred genre or style of music?
Afro-tech. I like the
Afro-tech.
Yeah.
I'll give you a set at one of my shows. I think Afro-tech. I 100% think Afro-tech is the leading genre.
You're just exposing this guy. It's fine. What if it's a bad DJ? What if it's bad? I'm not saying you're bad, but I'm just saying what if that's a big stage?
So we actually got a big thing about bad DJs, and every single show we employ a stage manager.
Yeah.
And if the artist is bad, we try to to give him a platform to do his best.
But that's ruining your reputation as well. Like, what the hell's going on is ruining the set. And people's gonna be like, what's going on here?
He gets one chance to mess up.
So, bro,
if you have one chance, one of our stage managers will kindly ask you if you can just take a break, and then they will solve it.
Is this for real though? Like,
Yeah.
100%. When? Which one is this?
What you should be saying is book me right now.
Well, I feel like you're just gassing him up here for no reason. You're gassing him up.
I don't know.
Everyone's people's gonna be like, okay, where's Consina? I'm here to see Consina at Secret Summer.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if I say that, there will be a lot of people.
So there's a very cool club that I'm very associated to. It's called Club Paradise in Cape Town. If you can get their dance floor going, if you get their dance floor going and pumping, I will guarantee you a set at one of our shows.
Exposed.
Provided you drink an entire
Bottle of Ignite and then we go in.
Oh.
Can you do it?
I can do it, yeah.
Mark, you gave him a spot. What about us? Like, we want to do interviews at your event as well. Like,
I think it would be absolutely rude if you don't do it. Because you interviewed the organizer, I think it's only fair that you interview our consumers.
I think it would be a lot easier for us to interview those people that comes to the shows, because they're gonna be like, no, most of the time.
A lot easier to compare to what?
Like, because
to me.
Because think about it. Because now they can see, oh, Mark, the organizer and the owner of Secret Sound has been interviewed by us. So therefore, they're gonna be like, yo, I also want to be interviewed. So it actually helps us.
100%.
It helps us because normally they actually reject it as like the people that comes to the events.
So I want you to note this down. On the 9th of March,
all right,
we're hosting the Secrets of Summer disco beach party.
Yeah.
At Cabo. It's the first experience that we're going to be creating for every single person, and I'm personally inviting you to come around with your crew and chat to not every single person.
Okay.
Whoever you find appealing and interesting to, do an interview, and we'd love to post it onto our socials.
Okay, first of all, are we paying? Like, are we have to pay for interest, like our own interest?
Absolutely not.
I'm just making sure, like,
no.
You're getting an invite from.
I'm just making sure.
All you have to do is go to the door, tell them you know Mark.
What happened to us? I'm like, I know Mark.
You just pay and you get the refund.
What's the tickets cost? Like, I feel like it's gonna be so out of my pocket, man. Like,
so everything that you're responding to now.
Yeah?
Remember when backtrack in the interview,
Yeah.
we spoke about price.
Yeah.
Price is very important when it comes to the consumer. Don't overcharge the consumer and don't underdeliver. Rather undercharge and overdeliver, and that's going to get you the successes that you need.
True.
Trust me, I've done it the other way. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
When you overpromise and you underdeliver, moment of truth, it's the worst thing you can do.
It seems like you have a lot of stories to tell regarding that department. Huh?
So many.
Give us one incident that happened like that. Like, it just like got destroyed. Like, when did that happen?
One of my first festivals I ever hosted. This was about 14 years ago, and you guys cannot hold me to it.
Okay.
I forgot we needed cleaners.
So like, people were taking dumps without anyone. There was no like.
No. Just like this whole fucking bunch of dirt on one spot, and I never had the correct team to do it. And that's when I took a wake up. Listen, you need to be a bit more efficient, be a bit better, and learn from your mistakes. That was 2010. Okay, it's now 2024, so I think 14 years, I might have learned something over the past period of time.
Oh, what about I wanted to say something like not enough food vendors as well.
I've had that too.
You said that.
I've even had too many food vendors as well.
What about not having a medical team as well? Like, imagine some
I think if you're going to risk safety and security, you should not be in the industry at all.
Yeah.
Out of all the fails that I've had, I've never had security, safety, and medical at any risk whatsoever, because that is your core fundamentals to ensure that you are able to host another show just by having those things in place. You can kind of stack on various other things, but safety, you cannot stack on that.
If you had to choose now, would you choose performance and equipment over safety and security?
Safety and security.
No, this is a safe answer now.
It's a safe answer, but I would like for you to
take yourself out from being criminal.
No. I would love for you to come to the next show.
Okay.
Imagine I was the person that was all about performance and not about safety, and you injured yourself.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be fine. I put myself in that position. So
you say that you were me on Monday morning, hey Mark, listen, I tripped over a wire, I hit my face and I smashed my arm, and you didn't have a medic on site.
Was he drunk?
Even if you're drunk, you create an environment where you expect people to be inebriated.
But also think about it. It's the place itself that's hosting the environment, not you. You just the host. So it's not there. It's not your responsibility. It's the host. That's the building staff, the facilities that actually curating your event.
If it's your first event, that will be your mindset.
Yeah.
Obviously, you will think they are the ones at fault. You are the one who's trying to make the buck. So if you're trying to create a space of fully inclusive entertainment and safety, you need to do that, and you need to take all responsibility on you. If you don't take responsibility on yourself and say, he did this, he did that, wada, and just all about fucking bunch of bullshit, you need to take responsibility on yourself. And once you put yourself in that shoes, you'll see things a little bit differently. The moment you know someone's daughter at the age of 19 come through and she can slip and fall and injure herself, you might just see things differently and think, flip it to me. You'd rather make sure that if young people do come, they can't slip and fall because of slippery ground or whatever the case
might be.
Fake
IDs? I also want to know that. I didn't mitigate that.
No, that's the best one. That's the best one. We employ the teams that actually run the CBD, and they actually check IDs quite aggressively, and these are the same teams that runs our admission doors.
Jeez, Mark, you really thought this all out, eh? 20 years of experience that really made you...
You have to learn somewhere along the line, eh?
That failures really helped you to reach a point in your life where you are right now. It's like truly amazing. Like I really need a mentor, Mark. Be my mentor, man.
No problem. Are you willing to suffer?
I'm willing to suffer. I'm willing to fail like you did.
If you're willing to fail, then you...
Because this guy over here doesn't want to...
Doesn't want to what?
He doesn't want to mentor me.
He hasn't failed enough.
Oh, okay.
He's still young. He has many more years still to fail. And then you'll think maybe he's ready to mentor you.
So I'm ready to fail, Mark. You're going to make me fail.
I'm not going to make you fail. I'm going to make you learn. And then when you fail from the learning lessons, you will learn a second time.
Okay, Mark, actually, I want to learn this from you. For over 20 years that you've been in the industry, what was the hardest moment that you ever faced and you overcome it? And how did you do that?
The hardest moment I've ever faced would 100% be my first festival I ever hosted.
The first
I was hated, man. I did so many bad things.
Does he have a story to share?
No.
Does he have something to say?
So my hardest moment was getting over that because I thought, fuck it, I put my blood, my sweat, every bit of resource, every bit of finance, took out my bonds, took out my credit cards to host the show, and I still made a loss. And it was really bad. I went into depression for about 6 or 8 months because I couldn't get out of it because everyone hated it. And I thought, fuck it, man, this is the opportunity. If everyone's hating you, everyone knows you. Right? And that's when I woke up. I thought, fuck it. Okay, everyone's starting to know me. Let me just...
What the flip did you get it right then? Everybody hated you, bro. Like,
everyone hated me.
How did you get their confidence back in you?
Because I thought, well, there's one of two things. I can either bury myself in guilt or I can get out of this and be the best that I can be.
Yeah.
So I got out of it and I started hosting shows, a few more fails. The fails started getting less and less. And then I came out and said, hey guys, it's me again. I'm back at it. And not a single person had anything bad to say.
Some alpha male mentality out here, man.
You have to.
Why did I hate you? What did you do that's so bad that they had to hate you?
It's more like, what did I do that was right?
So like cutting the show 7 hours before it's meant to proceed. Not having...
What do you mean, cutting the show 7 hours?
That's supposed to be a 2-day festival.
Why did you cut the show then? What was going on? You just like decided, oh, you're not feeling it anymore.
100%! It's my full show, remember? And I'm
So you cut it mid,
I cut it like it was supposed to finish at 5 p.m. And I think we cut it at about 11 or 12 the next day.
Why? What about the lineups that were still meant to play?
People were finished, man. People were not partying. They were done. Very few people camped, and a lot of people partied.
Okay, I can
from
understand.
the day before all the way. Something, you know, it's a good move. Let me just.
I understand.
No one is. The dance floor was empty.
So
Let me
you-
just close the show, and that was my first big mistake. Why did I close the show? More people are coming. Oh, long story.
Oh, so they were only coming in later to find, like what you said, they only come to their artists that's probably like later lineups, you know.
The 5 p.m. artists that wanted to come. When they came in, the doors was closed. I just had.
So you were just having anxiety, like, oh no, it's not happening. Oh my god. Like,
What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
The biggest question is, what am I doing right? And it wasn't much.
snap, man.
But I needed that though. Without that, I would not have the mindset I have now.
Yeah.
Without my fails, I would not be able to say, listen, do this because of that. It would be maybe do this because maybe that would happen. Now I know exactly what could happen if something wrong transpires.
Your friend over there was laughing his chops. There's probably there's more to the story that there is there.
I don't want to tell you where to find the story. But in business, I think every single entrepreneur and every single person who's hustling to make a better life for themselves, if it's not for the fails, what are you going to learn from? How are you going to grow?
Yeah.
You know, if you're not going to have people giving you constructive criticism and people not, I won't say bashing you down, but like seeing things from different angles and giving their opinions that is right, where do you as an entrepreneur grow? Where do you expand your business? How do you learn? And this is how...
Have you ever considered writing a book? Maybe you can like read more about your story and get like inspired by it.
Yeah, I mean, this is very...
This is really like...
Man, I would love to write a book, but I need someone who's going to do the labor for me. Besides ChatGPT.
I mean, I've been using ChatGPT. That's how I got its questions, and I'm just
I
saying.
could read that, yeah. So.
Work smart, not hard.
Absolutely.
But Mark, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate
you,
the
man.
time for you to share your incredible story with us. I'm
Thank
truly
you for inviting
inspired. I'm like, I hope you're still like serious about the mentorship thing.
100%.
Okay. I was making
100%.
sure.
If you're willing to learn and
I'm
understand.
willing to I'm hungry.
Where do you want to make money in the future?
I want to quit my job. I want to quit my work job and be like an entrepreneur full on.
So your job that you mentioned that you do earlier, that is something you can outsource as a service provider, can't you?
I'm not so sure.
So find out from your company if they'll employ a service provider that can render a similar service that you can do just better. And if they say yes, you know where you should start your company.
Man, I'm really focusing on this though. So
You find excuses.
okay, that's
I guess you don't want to learn, eh?
okay. Fair enough. Okay. You're right. Take every opportunity to make money. Okay, no excuses. You sound like Andrew Tate now. You know.
100%. I think excuses is the first form of retreat that anyone has.
Yeah, I feel like you're just cutting corners, trying to make life easier for yourself rather than taking the hard.
Life is meant to be hard. If you can enjoy the hardness, you'll definitely get to the
Do you
softness.
think the generation today are just weak-minded and just like find excuses for everything that's like hard?
Absolutely not. I think the generation today will probably be the most wealthiest generation out there. I think the opportunities of making money is bigger than what it's ever been in the entire existence of humanity. 100%.
I feel like they're weak-minded.
No,
I'm including myself in that. I'm saying myself, because like I just made an excuse now instead of be like, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna make a way to make money in whatever forms of.
It really depends on you and if you're happy with your current position. If you're happy with your current position, you'll find a lot of excuses. If you're not happy with your current position, you'll try and find solutions. It really depends on how you're gonna look at things.
That's a quote there. If you're not happy with your situation,
yes,
you're gonna make excuses, but if you are, you're gonna find solutions. That's actually brilliant.
Something like
that, but that's actually brilliant.
Yeah, 100%.
I like that. Once again, Mark, appreciate it, and I'm excited to like work with you more in the future.
For sure.
Hopefully it's just not a fluke. Hopefully you're just gonna like actually remember me at one of your events. Hey, I know Mark, and Mark is like, no, who is this guy? I don't know. Who are you again?
But to be fair, everyone who comes to my events and knows me, and if there's an arrangement in place, it will be done before the event.
Okay, fair enough.
If you know that you want to come to my show and it's really important for you to be there, you would know at least a few days before.
Like text you.
Text me, communicate with me, put an arrangement in place. If you come on the day, automatically I think, oh, so I'm an afterthought. Oof. So you will also be the afterthought. And if you do a lot of it.
Fair enough. I get that. Yeah. Be punctual, be like respectful towards your time as well. So yeah, I 100%. I'll message you 10 days if that.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But is he gonna play at Club Paradise?
That's up to the boss over there. You know, it's just, you can't even see him.
Can we get a club owner into this?